afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The sound of this cable and observing the meeting number 742. How was the meeting? Are you all excited?
Great. Sweet.
Which part of the session you like?
The sweet.
Evaluation, PT.
I like the gap in between.
Oh, that's nice. You always like the micro pause, but now you like the pause. Great. Okay, I like the entire meeting because I was the first one to be called on stage in this meeting, especially in meeting number 742. Now, it's the time to announce the best performers of the day. The best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Venkataseshan, who has done his icebreaker speech. Please welcome.
Sorry, you should have honored.
Yeah.
You should honor him.
It's the reverse.
1 minute.
The best performance comes at the last. The appreciation comes before in the PO's closing.
Should we take it like this?
Actually.
Oh, it is reverse, it's showing my face.
Done?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. The best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Sajeev, the accountant.
Yes.
The next one, the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Hemant.
After a long time.
Yes, done.
Thank you. The best role player goes to Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any guess on the best TT speaker?
It was a tie.
Then the sergeant arms can break the tie. Since we don't have the sergeant arms at this meeting, as a president, I break the tie. The best TT speaker goes to Toastmaster Venkataseshan.
Hold on. Show it.
So we have one guest present here in today's meeting. I request guest Surya to please introduce yourself
And give feedback.
share your feedback.
Good evening to one and all here. My name is Surya. I'm just done with my 12th about 2 months back, and I joined Toastmasters in order to get to know and understand how to articulate my speeches better and grow exponentially and understand them better as well. And through these sessions from session 742 all the way here, I've really enjoyed all of the sessions here because they've been very informative and given me a lot of insights on everything. And I hope I'll continue to understand them better.
How did you like the meeting number 742?
It was very.
The role of sergeant at arms plays key here.
Yeah, it was very fun actually. It was very interactive as well, and I'm pretty sure me and everybody had a very fun time together as well. So it was quite fun.
Thanks for the nice feedback. Now it is the time to recognize the first time speakers of Medley, at Medley. I like to invite our Toastmaster Venkataseshan on stage. Please. Who has delivered his icebreaker speech today. Please honor him and wish him all the success. take this opportunity to honor and appreciate our Toastmaster Sandhya Arunkumar, who has completed her first pathway. Please.
Thank you.
With this, I hand over the session back to Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh to conclude the theme of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Prasanna
Venkatesh. Over to the Presiding Officer Toastmaster Venkataseshan. Did you all know that this meeting had exemplified the virtues of the theme Against the Wind? We could not have had any better meeting for that. Against the wind symbolizes the fact that when situations are unfavorable, when if some things can go wrong, they keep going wrong. And that is a time when we have to be strong. When the wind shatters your dreams, begin again by picking back those pieces. When the wind destroys everything that you've built, it is opportunity for you to reinvent. When the wind takes away everything in your possession, that is the time when you realize the true skills in your possession. When the wind wreaks havoc, remember, this too shall pass. My rambling too will pass now, as I thank the General Evaluator and his team for the comprehensive report, which was intuitive and witty. Thank you, Toastmaster Saravanan.
This concludes my evaluation, and I am ready to go home. But I request the Toastmaster of the day to take over the proceedings. As I look back at today's session, everybody fulfilled their roles expectedly very well. Please give a big round of applause for all the role players. And this is my report for the overall meeting. First of all, I have to give please give a big round of applause for TMoD for describing the theme Against the Wind. When she started the theme, it was more like she described in such a way that she was coming in a bicycle against the wind with all the flowing of the wind and everything. It was superbly described. Very well done. And Grammarian, Toastmaster Sintana, you have got really good observation skills. And the way you stood up and clapped whenever the word of the day was said was exemplary. Our counter Sajeev, I know this is your first meeting, but you are over enthusiastic. For one of the speeches, we have 4 speeches, right? We had 4 speeches. For one of the speeches, you came near the speaker and counted down the R's and arms like this. But it was more like an encounter rather than an R counter. Please, for the next meetings, please don't do that. It was overdoing. Okay. The timer, Toastmaster Kalyani, I know you are very enthusiastic, but at times, when the yellow comes, you are pretty much nervous. So you came here and showed yellow in front of everybody. That also could be avoided. Evaluator 4, Ananthan. While evaluating, he gave a gesture, embracing change and seizing opportunities. Wow, that was too good. Evaluator number 3, Toastmaster Hemant. The reference you gave while doing the speech itself, by comparing IIT and the speech, exemplary. I have never seen anything like that evaluation. Keep up the good work. Evaluator number 2, Dinagaran. While evaluating Toastmaster Pravda's speech, the first step, you gave a not to step. Nice. That was excellent. Actually, that is the way you encourage all the speakers also. Brilliantly done. Evaluator on DDM Thomas. The way you quoted, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Wonderful. Everybody arose at the last stage. Speaker number 3, you have Toastmaster Pravda. So your project is negotiate the best outcome. But I have never seen anybody with this project showing the money and then say like, this is how you negotiate it, this is how you negotiate all the 500 rupees note and everything. Beautiful. Actually, it will etch in the minds of the audience forever. Beautifully done. And to speaker number 4, Toastmaster Sandhya, the way you started, I have never seen a speech that captured audience attention like that. So your speech topic was standing line and sleeping line, right? So you asked the front row people to stand up in the line and then make an adjustment like this. Sleeping line like this. Wow, too good. Please, all the front row, please be seated there itself. And Toastmaster Priya, TT Master Priya, although this is your first role, I like your enthusiasm very much. But you should not pull the hands of people and then ask them to come. You have to just ask them to volunteer for their roles. Please don't overdo that. Next time they won't come also. President, during the opening speech, you asked this beautiful quote, what is today's special day? And when everybody told World Mustard Day, you showed this prop and then told like, oh yeah, this is World Mustard Day. Nicely done. Actually, I'll keep the prop here. Okay. And Sergeant Arms, you started the meeting on time, but at the same time, whenever you started, but you should not be reading newspaper because your role is not ended over there itself. You should not be coming here and reading the newspapers during one of the speeches. Please don't do that. You have something else also to be done, so please be there in the last seat itself. And I heard a voice from the crowd. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Please, that's not Toastmasters' way of doing. Please don't do that. The last but not the least, DTM Guru Prasad. I know you are an avid Rajini fan, but please don't come and do some mannerisms, Rajini mannerisms, while the role players are in the stage. Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Sintana, for your detailed report.
Over to you, Evaluator, TM Saravanan. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Sindhana. I'm here to tell about the Grammarian report for today's meeting. So first, let's start with a big round of applause for TMoD for using the word of the day effectively 7 times. The word of the day persistent was used 7 times by TMoD. It was a great job done, Prasanna. So I really like the creative idiom that you used, dancing against the tornado, which effectively blended into the theme. Yeah. And also, you have a good usage of the words like adversity, perseverance, and all. And special mention goes to General Evaluator TM Saravanan. So for emphasizing the value of integrity, which is the core value of Toastmasters in all your evaluations. And also you use the word of the day 3 times and theme of the day twice in your speech. I appreciate all the evaluators for making sure to use the word of the day persistent in all your evaluations at least twice. The word of the day persistent at least twice in all your evaluations. 4th evaluator, TM Ananthan. Yeah, I appreciate your great job because you have used Hindi phrases in between with proper translations in English. That was really amazing. And also you keep the audience engaged with that. And also the 3rd evaluator, TM Vijayarajan. So you gave a clear and composed evaluation. So used words like splendid and amazing to appreciate the speeches. And 2nd evaluator, TM Thomas. He did a wonderful job. He used the theme of the day against the wind and also had an impressive vocabulary, used words like fabulous, exceptional, remarkable. 1st evaluator, TM Hemant, who is known for his analogy, as mentioned by Saravanan, TM Saravanan. So he used words like rocking, amazing, and used powerful phrase like change is inevitable. I repeat, the change is inevitable is powerfully used in your evaluation. And our TT Master, TM Priya, effectively used the theme of the day and the word of the day twice. And she also had very good usage of the words like think on your feet, creativity. Moving on to the TT speakers. TT speaker Guru Prasad used the theme of the day once. And the TT speaker 2, Keithan used the word fantastic and amazing, and TD speaker Venkataseshan used the word of the day once, and the speaker Rekha used the word of the day once, and used words like delight, awesome, and other TD speakers Shanmugavel, Surya and Suhail used the word of the day once in their speech. Moving on to the speakers, TM Pradyal effectively used the words embracing change, seizing opportunities, transformation in his speech. TM Kausalya used words like variation, adaptation, and stated the phrase, change is the only constant, and also used the word of the day once. TM Pravda used a hilarious idiom like a kid in a candy store. I repeat, like a kid in a candy store, and used words like venture, momentum in her speech, and also cleverly used the word of the day once. TM Sandhya came up with beautiful phrases like piece of cake and some funny comparison like chalk and cheese in her speech, and also she used the word of the day twice. These creative words, phrases and idioms made our meeting very enjoyable. That's all for the report. Thanks for listening.
Now I'd like to call upon the Grammarian Toastmaster Sindhana for the report. Thank you, Accounter Toastmaster Saji, for your persistent report.
Or TMoD. Good afternoon again. Congratulations, everyone. It was an amazing speech by all the speakers. Now, let me proceed with the Accounter report. Let me start with the evaluators. DTM Thomas. He repeated the word basically 4 times. DTM Dinagaran and DTM Mr. Hemant both had a clear speech without any fillers. TM Anandan had 4 long pauses during the evaluation report. Moving to TT speakers, Toastmaster Keerthan, he used the word but twice. Toastmaster Venkateshan used the sound R 2 times, so 3 times. Toastmaster Shanmugavel and Mr. Raghu, you were flawless with 0 fillers with today. A big round of applause for them. Coming to prepared speeches, TM Sandhya used the filler word so 5 times. TM Kausalya used the word once and twice. TM Pravda used the filler word actually once, basically twice, or right thrice. TM Tamil had a clear speech without any filler words or sounds. So that's the end of the report. Thank you.
Integrity, that's the key ingredient in everybody's life. And we have to be persistent on that. Second time. Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Kalyani, for your report.
Over to the general evaluator.
All the TT speakers have been qualified. TM Guru Prasad has taken 2 minutes 5 seconds. TM Venkataseshan has taken 2 minutes. TM Rekha has taken 1 minute 51 seconds. TM Guest Surya has taken 1 minute 43 seconds. TM Keithan has taken 1 minute 33 seconds. TM Shanmugavel has taken 1 minute 52 seconds. And TM Suresh has taken 1 minute 38 seconds. And the speech evaluators, all the speaker evaluators have been qualified. TM Anandan has taken 2 minutes 46 seconds. TM Hemant has taken 2 minutes 35 seconds. TM Dinakaran has taken 2 minutes 38 seconds. DTM Thomas has taken 2 minutes 56 seconds. And Icebreaker speech, TM Tamil has taken 5 minutes 11 seconds. TM Kausalya has taken 6 minutes 5 seconds. TM Pravda has taken 6 minutes 29 seconds and TM Sandhya has taken 11 minutes 49 seconds. Guests, Toastmasters and TMoD, good evening.
You know Toastmasters' core values, right? There are 4 core values. Integrity, respect, service and excellence. That's what you will be seeing in the tag report. They will be listening to everything starting from the beginning of the meeting to the end of the meeting and ensure that everything is captured as part of their reports as well. Thank you, evaluators. I appreciate your...
Mr. G,
yes.
we have not asked for evaluator ballots.
Evaluator ballots. Yeah, right. So, yeah, please vote for the best tag role player, evaluators, speakers.
Whomever you want.
Yeah, whomever you want. Thank you, evaluators. I appreciate your alacrity in coming up with detailed and persistent and rollicking evaluations. Time at Toastmaster Kalyani. Can you please let us know the qualified evaluators? Thank you, Toastmaster Ananthan, for your detailed evaluation.
Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Kalyani, please? What a speech it was. You agree? You have no choice but to say yes. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey of a Toastmaster starts when he decides to give a speech, and more importantly, when the VP head decides to give him a slot, which is what Toastmaster Kalyani did. The choice of topic. What was the choice of the topic? Embracing change and seizing opportunities. And did he do justice to it? It was fantastic. I love the way he started. He started off with a question that engrossed the audience, a question that the audience were hooked to, and that got me going out there. Fantastic job, Toastmaster Kalyani. The greatest challenge when you come over here is you would have given a lot of presentations. When you come before a heap of people, when you're trying to speak first, there are nerves which come up. And more so in a meeting when that things are topsy-turvy, more so when the evaluators are like astrologers. They're seeing the unseen and hearing the unheard. That's what the evaluators do. I could see the way you were confident. You shook hands with the TMoD, and there was a kind of authenticity which you displayed even before you speak a word. That shows the confidence which you have. Did he not show the confidence, my dear guest and dear Toastmasters? Indeed he did. Indeed he did. The second was the fuel consumption is highest when the engine takes off. It is a lot of resistance which goes to, and Toastmaster resisted that. He had the urge to look at the notes, but he somehow managed. In fact, he did not manage, he thrived it. He looked at it, he looked very confident all throughout the speech. What was the structure of the speech? The structure of the speech was a simple one. He mentioned about the childhood, his job, his family, and he mentioned 3 experiences, 3 personal experiences. Experiences of how as a child he managed to turn around a pressy writing which he got in the award. The second message was about how he dazzled with his hockey stick and they made the goal. And third was about the job one, where he managed to change jobs, still managed to embrace the change out there. It was fantastic. And here we come to know about how the Toastmaster was persistent, and persistent.
3 times you have to stand up and shout.
What was the choice of words? Simplicity is the highest sophistication. You don't have to use Shachi Tharoor language where you are trying to use dictionary and still find that the word is not there in the dictionary. The structure of the speech, the language was very, very simple out there. What was, I have to take 4 pauses. So I'm just taking one now. This is what the Toastmaster needs to do as well. Just, my friend, slow down. Just allow the audience to engage. Just allow the audience to breathe. You were going at a hot pace. Just slow down out there. Second was, what I really liked was the gesture when he used to put a hockey stick. That was awesome. That was superb. I felt as I was watching that hockey match. You created that experience live for me. And then you used the quote, life is, the change is hard at first, messy in the beginning, and gorgeous at the end. Keep it up. For a first speech, it was fabulous out there. I got some recommendations for you. The recommendation was, practice, and practice. Toastmaster Kalyani, you have a great content. Just keep practicing this speech. The speech will reflect into confidence. The flow of thoughts will be much better. Second was I would like to hear what were your aspirations, what did you do, what are you going to do. Just follow these two things and we'll see that we'll have a more seasoned Tamilian will come and give a much prepared speech out there and dazzle the audience out there.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Ananthan for evaluating Toastmaster Tamilian speech. Toastmaster Tamilian, it was not looking like an icebreaker speech at all. It was like a pro speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Tamilian speech, we have Toastmaster Ananthan as an evaluator. Toastmaster Ananthan is Medley's Vande Bharat. His quick wit and appreciations are tonic for everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Hemant, for your detailed evaluation.
Over to you, General Evaluator. I thought this was an amazing speech. Overall, it was wonderful speech, and the way she has presented was really wonderful. Initially, I was thinking she just want to change her dog, but Toastmaster Kaushalya want to change her husband. I was like, why? What is that writing now? But actually, there are few intrinsic things which could be changed in him. So that's why she wants to change those things in him. Then, finally, what I see, the thing that she could improve in her speech is that rather than dancing in her dress, she can stick to one place and just not dance here. And the three things which I liked in her speech was she has good command in her voice. When she speaks, she is fluent, and then your speech is rightly written, which is meant for this purpose, and overall your speech has good context. You know how to write, and your words were very good, and what you have told, change is inevitable, was perfectly spoken in your speech. What do you see here? Dear guest and Toastmaster, have you seen something here? Yes. Anyone? Other thing than this? What I see here is the stage. The stage is this ground of mistakes, which she has used perfectly. This is where we change ourselves and show ourselves what we can do. This is not just a small thing. This is just a small thing, but we are not looking at the big picture. The big picture is this is a ground where we can develop ourselves and do our mistakes. Toastmaster Kaushalya has given her speech, which was wonderfully done, and what I liked in her speech is that she has given her speech even thinking about what mistakes she can do. Her mistakes makes him more perfect. When she is thinking about the changes, then she was understanding that, okay, I am coming to endeavor and embrace myself with the changes. And she came here to look what mistakes she are going to do. Even I have also done these things. I came here with not even prepared and see what are the mistakes in my impromptu speeches. Wonderful for that. Now, thank you.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Hemant to evaluate Toastmaster. To evaluate Toastmaster Kaushalya's speech, we have a person who is from IIT. What is IIT?
Technology Institute of India.
Technology Institute of India, very good, nice. Actually, the T stands for not only for technology but also for tactful talent, and Hemant stands for that. You will hear that during his evaluation today. Thank you, Toastmaster Dinagaran, for your detailed evaluation.
Over the General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Let's give a round of applause for the amazing and the splendid speech given. Okay, this appreciation is not just for the speech given by Pravda. It's for the guts and the confidence he had for taking her college students on a trip. See, it is easy to take or go on a trip with the school students. We can say that finger on the lips, it could be easy. But with the college students, it's very difficult. Let's have one more round of applause for the girls here. The speech is about my first step, but the speech was like not another step. She has excelled in the speech that she has given. It was a well prepared and well thought out speech. Okay. She has given the speech from the project, the pathway is dynamic leadership, and the project name is negotiate the best outcome. Her speech demonstrated that she has understood all the different styles of negotiation styles and also the core concepts of negotiation. Because all the examples she has given, she has demonstrated that she has understood this. We have to find a common ground as part of the negotiation. We have to come to a mutual agreement, and it has to be a mutual benefit for both the parties. So all these examples that she has provided, it has demonstrated these core principles. And coming back to the preparation for the speech, it was neatly prepared. She has put in a lot of effort in writing the script and reviewing and then presenting it here. And she has also had this personal story. It has brought in all our attention because she has connected the story very well with her experience, and it has also asked us made to hook to the story. So it was wonderfully done in terms of personal experience. And also, she started with the question. It has immediately brought all of us into the story, so it has helped us to get hooked into the story. Coming back to the area where she can put better. So when giving the speech, she was kind of like it's a monotone. Like she could have done kind of a role play when giving the different examples. Some kind of little more expression in terms of the voice modulation would have made us getting hooked into the story. In terms of the preparation, it was neatly done. There was enough effort put in, and then a lot of effort put in writing the story and presenting it here. And over to, okay, thank you.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Dinagaran to evaluate Toastmaster. To evaluate Toastmaster Kausalya's speech, we have a special person. And his hidden talent is he's a great dancer. And you will see during the evaluation today. And he is a delivery partner in TCS, immediate past president of Medley, and he's a person who is always happy. He's a happy-go-lucky person. Thank you, DTM Thomas, for your detailed evaluation.
Basically, to sum up, what great public speaking skills on display. Wow. If only you could add a payments and receipts table, it would have been very, very insightful. My final suggestion is about the title. I would have thought Grand Canyon, your original idea, was fantastic. It deserved, it was matching for the kind of effort you put in. See, standing line, sleeping line is interesting, but it doesn't have the gravitas, the magnitude, the 70 mm feel of the Grand Canyon. My first suggestion is create a holistic idea. At one side, say what did you gain? From where did you move to where? And how closer you are to your final destination. On the other side, look at what did you pay it with? What opportunity cost? What sacrifices? So this payment and receipts register would have helped all of us. So, how can we make this a better speech? My third plus point I found is that it is actually not a plus point, it is a 3x3 matrix of reasons and results. Through your body language, voice variety, and connect, you achieved three things: conviction, credibility, and impact. My second favorite idea in your speech was language. No matter whether people understand or not, Toastmaster Sandhya uses the correct language, the correct word. And given the deliberation in her articulation, clarity in communication was completely reached. The first strength I found today was the opening. Arise, awake, and marching orders given to all the people sitting in front was really attention grabbing. There are three things in all I liked in your speech today. Let me begin my evaluation by recalling the first meeting Toastmaster Sandhya had, where she walked away with the TT ribbon. I lost out there. Thereon, I found that her pathways was more like a walk in the park. Done in how many months, ma'am? 6 months, one pathways. Some people take 7 months to do the one speech. Good afternoon, friends, and Toastmaster Sandhya in particular. Thank you, G.
Basically.
Basically, please put your hands to welcome Thomas to evaluate Toastmaster Sandhya's speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Sandhya's speech, we have a person who is called as communication specialist, and I fondly call him as CEO. Charming, eloquent, and organized. We are waiting to be charmed here. We listened to 4 rollicking speeches today, which were humorous, informational, and inspirational. To evaluate their thoughts and actions, I have 4 evaluators who will be doing a brilliant job, and you have to listen to their evaluation. There is a lot of things you can take away during those evaluations. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Over to you, Toastmaster Saravanan, for leading the evaluation section today. Can any of you tell me what is common between Christopher Nolan and today's meeting?
Time.
Yes?
Time.
Time?
Loop.
Time loop.
Insert.
Yes. There's no okay. If you persist till the end of this meeting with your mind intact, you will know this soon. Persist. I now call upon, I thank the table topic master, Toastmaster Priyadarshini, for being persistent in our efforts in bringing out the best among the DT speakers. Over. Thank you, Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Thank you, Guru Prasad, for that wonderful speech. I myself was thinking that I was in the past history in the world.
I didn't listen to the topic. I am busy.
Thank you for taking us to the past. It was like I was in the history.
At last I arrived for the meeting 5 minutes in advance. Oh, for the 3rd time this signal is irritating me. Am I going to make it to the meeting at all? I never knew this is going to take this much late. I think I made a mistake. At last this flyover is free. I'm coming down. The first signal is clear. God help me with the second signal so that I can turn into Indira Nagar and go to the office. Oh, Satya Studio signal. There's a problem. I should not have come this way. Why there are so many vehicles obstructing here? Aren't I worried about what is the role or surprise thing I am going to get in the meeting? And this traffic is really irritating. Yes, I made a wise decision not to come via Mount Road and turned via the Annamalaipuram Kaliyappa Hospital and took the shortcut to Satya Studios. I think Satya Studios will be free so that I can go to the meeting very fast and easy. Let me go via Annamalaipuram and not Mount Road. Mount Road is always traffic full. I need to be on time at least for this reverse meeting so that I can leave on time at the beginning of the meeting. This Mount Road is going to cause me a problem because of traffic jam happening in Thenabet. I'm going to take a diversion into Alwarpet and go to Satya Studios and from there take that signal of Andhra Nagar and reach the office. What a surprise! This whole Mount Road up to the bridge is free. I'm able to take a left. Thanks for starting the lunch on time and finishing it on time for me in that other meeting. I just bid goodbye to all those friends in our meeting too. They were not willing to leave me to go and join the other meeting. For the second time, I thought I made a mistake in doing this kind of a commitment. Wow, what a food. I don't know, after eating this, I am going to drive at all. This is so sumptuous lunch. Why did I commit for 2 meetings in one day? I should have at least avoided Medley meeting today, enjoyed this meeting completely for the whole day. Well, I told her, because I am getting late for my Medley meeting, I wanted the lunch to be started early so that I can finish and go there. Unfortunately, this meeting is not run by Toastmasters, so that nobody is arrogant enough to show a red card and kick them off. Renuka Devi, you and me are the only 2 Toastmasters these people don't understand. Somehow, in the past, somewhere around, I committed for 1 meeting in the morning and 1 Medley meeting in the day. That's where I think I'm going to suffer for the whole day. Dear table topic master, Toastmasters and friends, I'm going to talk about a commitment I made in the past and I struggled today. Yeah, vadi, tani vadi.
DTM Guru Prasad, on time, every time. On time, every time, DTM Guru Prasad. Thank you, Venkatesan, for that wonderful, and you were thinking on your feet and giving a wonderful speech on the movie that you acted.
Which movie? I used to act in drama in the elementary school and high school, not in the higher secondary, because they used to have a chubby boy. They found me in the schools, the teachers. They used to act, just do a rule of Krishna, just sit there. I remember about that in my school days, more than 35 years back. One, they put a crown and they put a flute also, just to hold it like this. When I was holding it, on the time, broke that, what do you call a flute stick? That some problem there was, it's broken. Immediately, when the drama was there, the teacher was shouting from the side, Venkatesh, the flute was broken. Why you are still holding it like that? Everybody started laughing like this. Thank you for my topic table.
Krishna, Krishna with all the Radhas. TM Venkataseshan, Krishna, Krishna with all the Radhas. Thank you, Rekha, for the wishes that you had, and it was really overwhelming to hear it.
I wished to be a dancer in the beginning, but I couldn't persist on that dream. I wished to be a speaker as my strong wish, but I couldn't able to persist on that steps of taking towards that journey. I wished me to be a teacher, but I persisted to take a journey on I persisted me to take on a journey of I persisted myself to take me on a journey of IT professional. I wish myself to be an urban gardener, but I ended up in an apartment where I don't have a space to think for a gardening that I had in my mind. Good evening, everyone.
TM Rekha, Jenny, my wishes of my life. My wishes of my life, TM Rekha. Thank you, Ketan, for the persistent on giving the speeches, and the cooking style that you have given is really encouraging me.
Oh, well,
I'm still persistent to give my team topic speak since I'm quite bewildered because I know this meeting is a very special one because it's really confusing in my mind and well, for my cooking skills, I was really kind of a lazy person to do cooking. It wasn't my passion. But during the COVID time, when me and my dad was only there in the home, so from there I started learning to cook some basic things. Like I started cooking paneer butter masala by myself through watching YouTube videos, and
what else?
And like, well, I think my lockdown didn't go pretty much well. I was just sitting in my apartment and I know this meeting has really confused me so much.
TM Kirtan, I'm an Alabama. I'm a TM Kirtan. Even I have to have a next life. Thank you, Surya, for getting this. I really want to have a next life. Next life.
Oh, next life. Next life. Having this life itself is a blessing. Next life. I think I'm a bit too young to really talk about next life this early on. I must get a bit old, but I will still try my best. Next life. If I wanted to be something in my next life, I would probably be a mosquito. Maybe because if you ever thought of something, if you ever thought you're too small to make an impact, try like sleeping in the bed with a mosquito in the room. So that shows that how much a mosquito can always make an impact on everything. And plus, it can get in and out even how many times you close the door, it will find some way or the other to try and get inside. So trying and living somewhere out there without dying and surviving and getting through it is what is going to help me. So good evening to one and all.
Guess Surya, mosquito, persistent insect. Mosquito, persistent insect. Guess Surya. Thank you, guest Indu, for all the travel experience that you have shared us today. Okay. Please. Okay. What is the question about your travel? Wherever you have traveled, you can talk about it.
Okay. Hello everyone. I would very much relate to what he was talking because I come exactly from Annamalaipuram. I was like, he's telling exactly about the traffic, the Satya Surya's traffic and all that. And every time I try to take up, and the same thing happened when I kept checking, where is this desert roads? I was looking at the map, I have to be here by 2:55. Then there was so much traffic, unfortunately too much of traffic today. And I was not able to make it the right time as usual. So my travel, as usual, was very hectic. Thank you, thank you. And that was a total shock.
Guest Hindu, travel, hectic as usual. Travel, hectic as usual. Guest Hindu. Thank you, Suresh, for saying that you are jealous of this thing. It is a news for us. Thank you.
Please repeat the topic again.
Jealous.
Jealous of something specific.
It's free flow.
You thank gentlemen and ladies. Thank you for listening to my speech. Jealousy is one of the most dangerous weapons that someone could possess. But jealousy in my life Jealousy in my life has not been such a big thing I was ever concerned about. I never had jealousy. I never had jealousy or but growing up when I was small, I would have jealousy. Back then used to be getting a smaller chocolate compared to my sister's one. So that was the only jealousy I had growing up. Another point of jealousy was this was a common type of jealousy, I guess, when you used to be in school and your classmate has a cooler pen than yours, where yours used to be a ballpoint pen and your friend has a gel pen, which looks more awesome than it. Thank you.
TM Suresh, if I was jealous, I've been jealous of these things. I've been jealous of these things. TM Suresh. And thank you, guest Raghu. Is Raghu here? Okay, then thank you, Shanmugavel, because that was a toy even I too played when I was a kid. Thank you.
Toy in my childhood, we are used to play with that marble, Olipu, usually. In our village side, we are used to play some other games also. Such as what we can say, Cheldambuchi. We will use one small stick, we will do like that. I don't know what they are saying here. But I don't have any dice. We will play. I don't remember, I don't have any dice presently with me. You have told the dice, that's why I'm thinking. I guess that one also, top also we will used to play. Mostly the top and that Chellambuchi and marbles used to play with our friends. Thank you very much.
TM Shanmugavel, a playing boy in childhood. A playing boy in childhood, TM Shanmugavel. And thank you, Suhail, for giving us that you want to beat this animal if you are given a chance. An animal. If you want to be an animal.
I would like to be a dog if I want to be an animal. Though I don't have a dog in my house, we are not supposed to have it. I have a friend who have a dog. When during my during my school days, I went to his house. The way he entered the house, the dog came with a love and affection. The dog ran towards my friend. Oh my God, what a lovely scene it was. I wanted to have a dog. I went to my parents. I told them, I want to have such a lovely pet in my house. They told strictly, no, it is totally prohibited. But looking at the lovely scenes, I want to have some other pets. I tried cat, but cat the other way. When I came home, it ran away from me. Not sure why. That's the attributes and the attitude of a difference between a cat and a dog. And one more friend, this happened during my college time. Again, he took me to his home. He had a dog which is equal to my height. I don't know the breed of the dog.
similar way, when he went inside the house, he came running. The dog came running towards it, but the way the dog came with such a height, it looked like a monster. I ran out of his house. This is what I like in a dog, like that friendliness, the love it cares on his owners. One of my other friend told that he lost his mother, but the dog went into depression. They took a lot of time in getting the dog out of the depression. So that is a love. It gives that love without a limit, the boundary or anything. So when even the street dogs, when we feed something to it, the other day when we go, the love which it shows. So that's an attribute I love in a dog, and I would wish to be a dog. Friendly, truly dog. Thank you so much for it.
TM Suhail, dog, the most friendly animal. The dog, the most friendly animal, TM Suhail. And thank you, Vijayarajan. Even I do hate Mondays.
Over to you, table topic master. We have 7 days, and of course, the Monday is something most, everybody feels the burden on Monday, because we see the entire problem as a whole. All the 7 days stands on that single day called Monday. The Monday shoulders Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the entire blame goes to Monday. But the reality is, each and every minute, each and every second shares a week. So, if we consider that this moment, this 1 hour or this 2 hours is a part of a week, then we will not put the blame on that one particular day. And also, most sad thing is, we take this Saturday as a most pleasurable one, enjoyable one, but we do not know how this Saturday and Sunday moves. Sunday is gone just like that. So we again say, oh, how Sunday has gone. So at the end of the day, it is just, we have to live the moment, and each and every second and every minute makes a week. Thank you for this wonderful topic. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Why Monday should be prohibited? Why Monday should be prohibited? Jayarajan. One more. Thank you, Rajesh Sahu. That was very good. Yes, maybe I should also be born as a male in my next life. The way you explain how being a male is a very good thing. Thank you.
I think it's a gender-specific topic. Yeah, is it? Sex, religion, politics.
That is not announced, that will be announced later. So
Being a male, male does that, dual work. They handle household stuff also and office work also. Many males are now household, what are they called? House husbands. Okay, so they used to do, cooking, babysitting, etc. And the female goes to office. So that much broad attend males are. And a male never shows his frustration or his pressure to his family members. And he burdens all the problems in his shoulder. In his office, there will be a lot of pressure. He has to handle all those. And while coming back home, he has to smile. Else, the children or the parents, wife, etc., they will complain. See, we are staying 10 hours in office, again coming to home and carrying that pressure. So you need to somehow release the pressure artificially and then smile. So that is how males are managing. So it is always male who is carrying a broader portion of responsibility in the world. So, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, TM Toastmasters.
TM Sahu, being the best thing about a male, being a best thing about a male. And thank you, TM Subramanian, for bringing the thoughts over here in the hall to bring the change in the world.
Winson.
What would be a change that you want to bring in this world?
Change. Change.
Change.
What is change?
Change.
What's the change? Change. I was just dreaming. There in all Toastmasters meetings, they used to bring a special guest. That means a DTM. There are 2 DTMs. There are 3 DTMs. 4 DTMs like that. So I was thinking that to bring a new guest, there should be a member. He is not a member of any club in the world. To find out a Toastmaster, go to Africa or somewhere remote place and find out. And if you ask him now what is communication, I don't know. So like that, a person to be chosen as the chief guest of the meeting. This was a dream. Whether it is possible or not, it's a different thing. And changes, if you want to make a change, everything can be changed. Everything is changing in a flux. So today's things are not tomorrow, tomorrow's things are not day after tomorrow. So all the things are changing, and we also want changes. Because every day you see that breakfast is idli. Tomorrow what idli? There, next day idli. Next week idli. You want to change. Every day you want breakfast also change. Whatever is the things you need change. And change of atmosphere, environment, climate, everything we want change. I also want that. And what else is the changes we don't know sometimes. Sometimes we don't know the tsunami was a change. COVID. Suddenly Corona, everybody was wearing mask. So that was also a change. And that has changed so many things also. There were one marriage, one wedding in Tinagar costed the parents around 15 lakhs for one lunch. But Corona after coming, they said only 5 people allowed. So from 15 lakhs it has come down to 500 rupees lunch for a wedding. So changes are coming in the negative side also. And I had a speech on Corona also, welcoming Corona and treating Corona as my brother and the positive points of the Corona. Like that, many changes come even without telling us. I think change is inevitable. Whether
whether you like it or not. Change is beautiful.
TM Venkataseshan, if you want to change something in the world, what would it be? If you want to change something in the world, what would it be? TM Venkataseshan. Thank you, Gomati. I wish you get this job soon because one day money will be something which is not required in the world. Thank you so much. If something money is not there in the world, then I can do this job. Because for money only I'm doing this job, but when money is not there, I could have taken this job.
No, you can sit and with money is always good because with money you can do a lot of things. But without money, you must have a great heart to do things with passion. If you have passion, the money doesn't arise at all. The money point doesn't arise. So you get into that mood of doing things in full vigor. Suppose you become a teacher. First you join as a nursery teacher, but at that time you don't get much. So you leave that. But you taste the value of teaching. So when somebody comes and asks, Madam, can you please teach something? Yes, very willingly I will teach. And their money doesn't come into the picture at all. But what I reap is the greatest satisfaction that I am able to help a poor girl to come up in life. So money is not everything, but money is needed, but it is not everything. That is, with that, I conclude.
TM Gomati. Money is not everything. There is something other than that prevails in the world. Money is not everything. There is other things that prevail in the world. TM Gomati. The purpose of the Toastmaster is to facilitate table topics where guests and members will have the opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking. I'll introduce a topic and call on speakers who will be given 2 minutes to speak on the subject. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Over to our table topic master, Toastmaster Priyadarshini. Toastmaster Priyadarshini is a manager at a medical coding company. I'm sure she has the codes and algorithms right for the table topic session. She's an enthusiastic person who loves to take up challenges and is persistent in her efforts to implement anything she sets out to do. Did we not see a proof of that today? Yes. And we now come to the end of the prepared speeches section. The fourth speaker of the day, Toastmaster Tamiraved, delivered a speech on seizing change and embracing opportunities in his Icebreaker session. Delivering this in a meeting with not one twist, but many twists is challenges in itself, and he has shown his persistence in that.
Change is hard at the first. It's messy in middle. Gorgeous at the end. Change is persistent always. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I stand before you to share my remarkable experiences which taught me valuable lessons. In 1987, I was in 6th standard in my school. My master, Mr. Challathurai. Dear attention students, we are delighted to have essay writing competition. You should attend. Tamil, you need to attend without fail. I was not so enthusiastic to participate in a writing competition, but I agreed for it since my master insisted on it. As the days passed, the competition slipped my mind entirely. On the day of the event, few hours back, I realized suddenly the competition was about to start and I had not prepared anything. What I did, I thought over it few minutes. I matched the topic of the competition with the content of the book I studied earlier. That is in my 5th standard, earlier session. I just matched the topic and the content of the earlier book. I went to competition. What I did, I crafted an essay, just changing the 200 pages content into 4-page summary. To my astonishment, that essay, whatever I wrote in few minutes, that won the first prize. So the lesson here is, you may get your past experience. You can convert your past experience to opportunity. That's a lesson I learned. In 1992, I was playing in a hockey match in the fast forward, basically left-in position. It's a district level match, and the match was very intense. We struggled to make one goal in the match. At the end of the first half, the score was 0-0. In the break, our coach, Mr. Ramesh, he asked me to change my position from left in to center forward by recognizing my lightning fast movement. The second half started. The guy who is in the left X position in my team, who pushed the ball to the goalkeeper, and then the goalkeeper is an amazing guy from the opponent side who stopped it, but he gave a small opportunity to me as a rebound option. I utilized the rebound option and made the first goal, and it provided the victory to us. So basically the lesson here is, we embrace the change and seize the opportunities. In 1998, I had just completed my mechanical engineering, and then I set my sights on Chennai, a lot of great opportunities. I moved to Triplicate Chennai, and then in the search of employment, I visited around 500 companies relentlessly. Okay, and then I used to walk 10 kilometers a day industriously. And then, though I went to all the places, it didn't work out. I came to know only the bus routes from Triplicate to all over the Chennai. Okay, then what I did, I joined to a computer institute and started to learn the software technologies like Java, VB, and Oracle. Okay, with my hard work, in 2 years of the time, that is 2001, I landed in a developer position in one of the biggest MNC company, software company. Then in 2003, in my personal note, I got married and started my life in Vedacheri. The lesson here is, big change, shifted my career from mechanical engineering to software engineering. So I made the change, I got the opportunity. That's a lesson. In 2009, after working in 2-3 companies, software companies, I moved to startup companies. Startup companies to fulfill my entrepreneurship dreams. And then in part of that, we excelled in development and delivery of the projects, but we have challenges in getting the new clients and getting more projects from the existing client. So that was a big challenge we had. And 2014, I returned back to corporate companies. Currently, I'm working as a technical program manager in one of the biggest MNC companies. In the personal note, my daughter is studying first year BArch in Anna University. To support her commute, I moved to Adaya from Pallikarnai. And in terms of the point here is I want to improve my sales and negotiation skills. So that's why I have joined to Toastmaster and selected my path as persuasive leadership. And then that is my change I want to do to seize the opportunities in my future. With that, together we will all embrace the changes, seize the opportunities, and achieve our goal with determination. Thank you all.
Over to you, Toastmaster Tamiravade. Toastmaster Tamiravade, embracing change and seizing opportunities. Embracing change and seizing opportunities, Toastmaster Tamiravade. Toastmaster Tamiravade is a software professional and a very soft-natured person at heart. But he persists with his efforts at never giving up and at learning new skills. I now call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Ananthan, to read out his project objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, for giving the opportunity. Toastmaster Tamiravade is attempting his project one from the path Persuasive Influence. The purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic method for writing a speech with or defined purpose, and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. I wish all the best to the ever persistent speaker, Toastmaster. Over to you.
Over to you, Toastmaster Ananthan. The next speaker for the day, Toastmaster Kausalya. I thank you for the speech in which you persisted in your efforts to tell about the changes. Thank you, Toastmaster Kausalya, for this wonderful speech. 7 over.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How many of you have read the book Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson? Many of you have read, some might have heard of it. Today I want to share it. The book says change is the law of life. Today I want to share with you 2 experiences, 2 stories of my life. Last time I mentioned about Mejra Foods mill. The mill, once it used to have 10,000 people working in shifts. My grandmother was one of the primary milk supplier for the employees' canteen. She was largely helped by the women in the house. My grandmother's family was a large family consisting of 30 to 40 people. At any given point of time in a day, at least 10 people will be there. So the women helped her in her business. They all work like a well-oiled machine. Strangely, the men continue to work in the mill. The business went well. It was very lucrative. It was very lucrative, and they became super wealthy. They purchased several houses for themselves. Unexpected change happened. The mill started expanding. It started acquiring brands like Valensoli and everything. They wanted to move to a bigger facility, so they moved to Bangalore. And slowly they started laying off people. So some of the men in the house lost their job. And the main source of income was from the business. Suddenly they woke up. They were disinterested in the business before. Suddenly they woke up and they thought that they should help. They should stabilize the inflow of income. So they tried various businesses out of the blue, unprepared, clueless. So all the businesses incurred in heavy loss, and in long time they started selling off their properties. The house which once had 30 people now has only 2 people there, reminiscing the old times. So what went wrong? Any guess? They did not anticipate change. A similar incident happened in my life too. My husband is a civil engineer and he has work experience in top companies like Raheja, Hiranandani in Bombay. But he wanted to try in Dubai as the real estate market was in a boom in 2003. So we shifted there. He got 4 times the salary what he was getting in India. We were very happy. I want to give a little bit insight of the real estate boom over there. The newspaper dailies, the front 4 pages will have the real estate advertisement. The first page will have the project launch. After 24 hours, the same project launch, sold out ad will be there. Russian investors and Iranian investors were pumping money into the market. So the boom was such. And we were very happily settled there. Like every middle class family, we wanted to invest in our savings in a property. So we narrowed down on a property. My husband, he was persistent to get a 2 BHK apartment. But I was persuading him like with just a mere 10,000 extra EMI, we can go for a 3 BHK. And he showed me some paper clippings of analysts who wrote, this real estate market is a bubble, this will burst. It was not about Dubai, but it was about US. So I was telling him, I was asking him how it's going to affect here. He said, no, this will create a ripple effect. I couldn't understand at that time. But in 2008, Lehman Brothers collapsed and it had a ripple effect. And the whole world went into recession except for a few countries. And my husband was laid off. He was the first batch of employee to be laid off. And we came back to Bombay with a rude shock of uprootment from a settled place to start again. So it took us nearly 2 months for him to get a job, and it took us nearly a year to financially stabilize ourselves. So what do you infer from this? When you anticipate change, you can adapt to it. And change happens in everybody's life. There is no man in this world who has experienced complete state of stability in life. So all I'm saying is anticipate change, and you may probably enjoy change. Thank you.
Over to you, Toastmaster Kausalya. Toastmaster Kausalya, change, Toastmaster Kausalya. Toastmaster Kausalya is a homemaker who believes that happiness is an attitude, not a future condition. And that has been a guiding principle throughout her life. I now call upon our evaluator, Toastmaster Rajesh, to read out the project objectives. Sorry, Hemant.
Over to you, TMoD. Timer, please note, the speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech is Change. She is presenting, Toastmaster Kausalya is presenting her speech from level 2, presentation mastery. The purpose of the speech is writing speech with purpose. And one thing I want to tell before she begins her speech, this is the ground of mistake, and please remember your mistakes and always improve on your mistakes. Thank you, and good afternoon to all.
Over to you, Toastmaster Hemant. I thank Toastmaster Pravda for taking the first step as she entered the hall today and mesmerizing us with her impactful speech.
How many of you, like a kid in a candy store, arguing for a chocolate, have negotiated with others to get your things done? Yes, many. Negotiation is required to accomplish our objectives and resolve conflicts at home, at our workplace, and everywhere. The first week of June, I received a call from a friend, Dr. Deepthi. She's a professor in a private dental college in Nagarkoil. She said, "Ma'am, In the month of July, we are organizing the National Undergraduate Convention, and we would like to invite you as one of the panelists. If she had asked me this question 1 year before, I would have slightly hesitated. But being a persistent attendee of Medley Toastmasters meeting, the first thing I asked her, checking out my calendar, is, all right, how should I reach your place? I was informed that it was a 12-hour train journey. Quite boring, isn't it? I had a spark. Why not take some students with me? Never in the history of Satyabama, undergraduate students have traveled outside Chennai to attend conferences. I had lots of questions puzzled in my mind. Whether students will be interested to attend, even if they are interested, whether the management will allow me to take them, even if they allow, whether I would be able to manage the students. I remember the words of Robin Sharma. Doing things that you have never done before awakens the talent you never knew that you had. I started to untangle the questions one by one. I called up my colleague, Dr. Sakshi, to find out whether she can accompany me. She said, all right, and promptly agreed. Then I sent the information in the WhatsApp group of our interns, and many of them responded positively. And now comes the most important aspect, negotiating with my dean to get permission. Do you think that I will negotiate like this? No. I knew that the way we communicate decides the fate of our negotiation. So I utilized the collaborative style of negotiation to express my thoughts with my dean. I said, sir, this is the best opportunity for me to impart the importance of my specialty to the undergraduate students. They can also participate in various events like poster and paper presentation, reel making and quizzes, and if they win prizes, it will add credit to our institution. My dean was having a deep thought. Then I added, sir, I will take the full responsibilities of the student. And he said, all right, go ahead. On the day of conference, Dr. Sakshi and I, with 20 students, reached Nadapoli. When I was having breakfast in the guest house, one of my students called me, ma'am, we sent 6 posters and only 2 posters were shortlisted to be presented in today's conference. If we had known this prior, we wouldn't have traveled so far. I convinced her, let me check with the organizing committee and get back to you. When I checked with the scientific committee in charge, Dr. Nelson, he said that 30 posters are shortlisted from the 80 posters that we received, and we gave equal contribution to all the 15 colleges that are attending. Do you think that I would have negotiated with him like this? No. I utilized the competitive skill of negotiation. I said 2 posters sent by several colleges, 100% was accepted. 6 posters sent by us, only 33% is accepted. Though aggressive, an immediate decision was taken and all our 6 posters were allowed to present there. This was a win-loss outcome. 2 papers were selected as the best paper, and totally we won 5 prizes and the 2nd best overall academic performance award from our institution. There was a momentum in our team. Having traveled so long, we decided to spend a leisurely day at Kanyakumari. We had a perfect plan. Morning, go for sunrise, then take a ferry to Vivekananda Rock and Thiruvalluvar statue, then go to Totil Palam, then on the way have coffee at one of our students' house, and then board the train at 6 p.m. At around 9:30 a.m., I received a message that the ferry service is temporarily cancelled because of high tides. Due to time constraint and the uncertainty of the ferry service, I had to take an alternate plan. I cannot negotiate with my students like this. I utilized a compromised negotiation style and set an alternate plan to visit Vattakotte, a seaside fort, instead of Vivekananda Rock. Vattakotte is a beautiful place with one side the two seas meeting each other and the other side the Western Ghat. This made it as a pleasurable compromise. Basically, negotiation is a coveted leadership skill that enhances us to accomplish our goal. I utilize different negotiation styles to create a positive environment and reach agreement and made those 2 days memorable. First time in the history of Satyabama, students were taken outside Chennai to win so many prizes, and I'm happy that I took the first step and ventured it. Taking the first step is the hardest, and once taken, things get easier and then on, because negotiation becomes easier. All right? Very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest.
Over to you, Toastmaster Pravda. Toastmaster Pravda, the first step, Toastmaster Pravda. Toastmaster Pravda is a HOD of a dental college at Chennai. She is well known for her charismatic smile and a way at talking to people and putting them at ease. And she's the right choice for the Vice President membership at Medley. I now call upon our Evaluator Toastmaster Dinakaran to read out her project objectives.
Over to TMoD. Toastmaster Pravda is giving a speech from the pathways dynamic leadership from the project 3, level 1, negotiate the best outcome. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of the past negotiation in his or her life. Timer, please know the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Over to you, Toastmaster Dinakaran. I thank Toastmaster Sandhya for overcoming her adversity of having a bad handwriting now that she's a doctor, and for going back to her kindergarten days to get those standing lines and sleeping lines correct.
What you imagine, you create. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. Toastmasters pathways help me think, become, imagine, create, feel, attract. Only one aspect in life, and that is growth. Before even starting to go into my speech, may I request the first 3 people to stand up. I want to do a demonstration. Keep yourself completely straight, erect. Ladies and gentlemen, this I call it standing line. Please sit down. Thank you. May I request the 3 gentlemen to get up? And can you please slide your head tilt over to the right? Yes, thank you. Please sit up. And this is a slightly slanting line, what I call the sleeping line. Thank you so much for your generous contribution to the club. Thank you so much. Men may come, men may go. Medley meetings go on forever. COVID time, and it was May 2022. Medley meeting was happening on Zoom, and past President Saravanan, sent me the link to join the meeting, and I was a guest. I joined the meeting the first time I'm attending a Toastmaster meeting. Prepared speeches were done, and TM Thomas sir was the TMoD on that day, and we started with the table topic speeches. I observed the first table topic speaker, and I logged off. I waited patiently 20 minutes and I re-logged in again and I put a message to Saravanan saying, apologies, technical glitch. Medley meeting completed. Nothing happened to Medley. Everything happened inside me. The remorse, the guilt, the regret I felt on that day, I shrunk into a crumpled paper. Even before I started the pathways, Medley sowed the seeds to practice learning inside me. On that day, May 20th, 2022, I started the process of self-development by learning. I listened, I observed, I read books to develop myself, to build my self-image and self-worth. Reflection number 1. Medley helped me to build a consistent self-discipline of persistent learning every day. Dynamic Leadership Pathway has 5 levels and 15 projects, including the electives. Out of 15 projects, he was humble enough to recognize 13 projects with a ribbon. The ribbon is not a 100 rupees satin cloth, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Every time I received the ribbon, it affected my psyche, it affected my inner consciousness, it affected my self-image and self-worth. It made me more humble, saying, a whisper echoed in my mind, my best is yet to come. Every time I received the ribbon, my echo was, my best is yet to come. So reflection number 2, every time I was recognized, my inner echoing was making me more humbler, whispering to my ears, my best is yet to come. Sandra, what is this landing line, sleeping line? You have still not come to the context. I understand, I'm coming now. When I went into the dynamic leadership pathway, I saw the levels, and on my journal, I wrote the levels like this, in a vertical axis, which I call the standing line. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and the respective number of projects. When I finished writing the levels like this, I sent signals to my brain, level 1 to level 5, level 1 is simple, level 2 little hard, level 3 very hard, level 4 very hard, and level 5 is the most difficult. It was the signal I was giving to my brain when I wrote as level 1 to level 5. As I did level 1, there were 5 projects. First was Icebreaker, second was Speech with Purpose, and I found level 1 was extremely difficult. Each speech to be crafted and approved by mentor Priyadarshini was a task. So what I did, I changed the levels which I wrote on a standing line, I changed it into a sleeping line, because every level is equally difficult, equally important. Then why write in a vertical stack as a standing line? I changed it into a sleeping line. When I changed to write the levels in a sleeping line, 2 insights. 1, each level is important. Under each level, every project is important because they are in the same axis. Nothing is above, nothing is below. They are in the same axis. The second insight, when I was doing the level 1, project 1, my mind was only in level 1, project 1. It did not think of level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. My mind was able to focus into the project which I was doing. This got reflected into my life. I am a writing person. I am an auditory person. I am a writing person. I have the habit of maintaining a journal and writing 10-year goals. And I do my goal review every January 1st or the end of December. I write my goals. I normally write like this: family growth, personal growth, professional growth, social growth and health growth. This is how I write on a vertical axis. So if I write in a vertical axis, I send signals to my brain. Whatever I write on top is more important than the one on the second. So my last is my social goal, or if it's the health goal, my health is least important when compared to the professional. My personal growth is little less important when compared to the... Based on the vertical stacking on the standing line, I was sending signals to my brain when I wrote it on the vertical axis. Each would have activities. So I would compel myself to do activities in every area of the 5 areas of my goal. If I was not able to touch on my health or personal, my day would look very incomplete, full of stress and not very fulfilled. See, I didn't touch on my personal aspect. I didn't have time to read. See, I didn't do anything in Rotary today. My social commitment was 0 today. So this was the thought process in my year until I changed the levels from vertical to horizontal. A slight shift I did. I wrote the goals in Jan 2023. You can even see the date. Jan 2023, I wrote the goals not vertical, horizontal. My family goal, personal, health, professional, social goals, horizontal. Got 2 insights. Number 1, every goal of area is important. That is why they are in the horizontal. They are not arranged vertical. Number 2, very important. When I was working on my health goal, say I am exercising for an hour, let the other goals wait. I need not get stressed up. I need not get upset that I am not paying time to my family. I am not attending to my profession. I am not attending to my social commitment. I need not worry. Let all the other 4 wait. When I was looking at the level 1 project 1, all the other projects waited. Similarly, when I put 3 to 6 p.m., my personal growth at Toastmasters Medley, all the other goals will wait from 3 to 6 p.m. This gave enormous amount of liberation inside me, freedom inside me. The way I started looking at my goals and approaching everything was extremely satisfying and gratifying at the end of every day. So this message, whenever you write your goals, if you have the habit of writing it in a vertical axis, what I call the standing line, please change into a horizontal axis, which is a sleeping line. When you put it in the sleeping line, you pay a lot of attention to everything and no agitation is present inside you. So, to summarize, I persistently worked on my goals after I changed it from a standing to a sleeping line. Therefore, when I reflect my path of Medley Toastmaster pathways, number 1, Medley inculcated the discipline of persistent daily learning inside me. Number 2, every ribbon is just not a ribbon. It is a recognition that is given that increases your self-image and makes you more humbler, echoing the voice inside, my best is yet to come. And number 3, when you change your levels and goals from a standing line to a sleeping line, the outlook, the approach you go towards your goal is totally towards growth. No agitation, no stress. Therefore, to conclude, turn back, reflect on your path, go deep inside so that the rest of your path is just a piece of cake. Sandhya before pathways, Sandhya after pathways. To my own eyes, it looks like chalk and cheese today. Good morning and thank you, Toastmaster.
Over to you, Toastmaster Sandhya. Toastmaster Sandhya, standing line versus sleeping line. Standing line versus sleeping line, Toastmaster Sandhya. Toastmaster Sandhya is a dentist by profession who believes that our mouth is the best place to invest, not only in dental health but also in improving our public speaking. She is persistence and perseverance personified for completing her pathway in this short period. I now call upon our evaluator, TM Thomaser, to read out her project objectives.
Over to you, TMoD. I have great pleasure today in evaluating Toastmaster Sandhya's ultimate climb to the summit in her dynamic leadership, demonstrating persistence all the way, but done with speed in 6 months. Personally, I'm personally happy that I have been one of the voices that persuaded her to join this organization, this club, saying that this club will help her get closer to her ambition. The objective of this, the purpose of this project is to reflect on her growth during the completion of the entire path. The time is 10 to 12 minutes. All the best, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity.
Over to you, TM Thomaser. We will now begin the prepared speeches section. I call upon a general evaluator for the day to read about
Thank you, General Evaluator.
Sorry, thank you, General Evaluator. To brief for the tag team and evaluation section.
The essence of evaluation is being persistent. Being persistent. In our principles like integrity, service, excellence and all. Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Sintana, for explaining your role. It was like a poem. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Sintana.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Sintana. I'm going to play the role of the grammarian today. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speeches and listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language usage as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings and thoughts. As a grammarian, it's my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is persistent, which is an adjective. So persistent means keep trying, not giving up, even in spite of difficult times or challenging times. Like having a strong determination to achieve something and not letting any obstacles that stops you. Usage, in spite of all the challenges, all Toastmasters and guests, persistent effort made this meeting a profound success. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. During the meeting, called upon to provide the report. Thank you.
You need to reverse it. It should have been on all the time. It should have been on all the time. You should have removed it now.
Okay. Toastmaster Sintana, can you please explain your role?
Okay, it's not.
The grammarian role is played by a person who is a very dynamic person. That person cannot sit in the seat for long. Always stands up. Thank you, Toastmaster Sajid, the accountant, for explaining your role.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sajid. Today I'm going to play out the accountant. My role is to figure out anybody is on stage using filler words or any filler sounds. Filler words such as you know, alright, okay, basically, actually. Filler sounds like are, so, under which the pause also is coming. I will provide the report when GE calls. Thank you.
Toastmasters at you, can you please explain your role? It's coming up. The R-counter role is being played by a person. Okay. Before that, I have to tell you, last week I was in Coimbatore and went to a movie in one of the places called as Brookfield Mall. And this person, he is working for a company, and that company has built that mall, a beautiful mall. Please put your hands to welcome, thank you Timer Toastmaster Kalyani for explaining your role. And it has wonderful voice modulation.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker the time they have left using green, yellow and red cards. For the TT speakers, 1 minute, in 1 minute, I will show the green card. But for 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow card, and then for 2 minutes, red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. For the icebreaker, the timing is 4 to 6 minutes. At the end of 4 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And 6 minutes, red card. For the other speakers, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, green card. At the end of 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. At the end of 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. And individual evaluations, the time taken is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, green card. And 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card. And 3 minutes, red card. At the end of the speech, I will give the Tanya report. Good evening.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Kalyani. Can you please explain your role? Timer role is played by a person who joined Medley very recently, but she is very enthusiastic and motivating person, and she has a flair for Toastmasters as well. And she is a manager in Ajuba Solutions, a medical billing company. I have two teams to help me with the evaluations. One is the tag team, Timer, R-Counter and Grammarian, and another one is the evaluation team. So I call them as gate team, Grammarian, R-Counter, Timer and evaluation. The main purpose of evaluation is to build the speaker's confidence so that when they come to the stage, they will be able to perform their duties perfectly well so that they will be motivated to come and speak the next time without any hesitation. That's the main purpose of evaluation. And as a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the entire proceedings, starting from the beginning of the meeting to the end of the meeting, or from the end of the meeting to the beginning of the meeting. I do these evaluations. Why do we do evaluations? There are three main factors. One is to motivate people, to improve our planning and organization, as well as to improve our impromptu speeches as well. All these are needed as far as the evaluation is concerned, because you have to listen to the speakers and have to provide your evaluation or feedback effectively. Because it is something that will be helpful in your organization and personal life for us as well. And if you are married, that is definitely helpful for you as well. And if you are not married and if you are in an organization, that is pretty much helpful. Because there is something called as elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. How many of you know elevator pitch? Okay. So everybody have gone through the elevators, right? Yes. Then everybody will know that elevator pitch. Okay. So what that means here is, in case if you find somebody of very much importance in an elevator, you will not have much time to talk about. So you have to tell about yourself, you have to give some feedback, everything within a period of time. So that is where your time management is essential, decision making is essential, and how you influence somebody who you are seeing for the first time is important. But please don't stop the elevator, but use the elevator speech. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Over to you, General Evaluator. Our General Evaluator for the day is Toastmaster Saravanan. He is a man of many days, and he is well known for his fondness of dogs. His invaluable asset is his humor sense, and he adds value to his speeches through his innovative use of props. He is our past president of Medley and the current area director. We are now going to have a meeting with a difference. To help us understand it better, let us see the typical Toastmasters meeting structure for the benefit of all of us here, including me. The typical meeting has three parts. The first part is a prepared speeches section, where members deliver their project speeches from their respective pathways. The second part is a table topic session, and the third part is the evaluation section. In table topics, members and guests will be asked to speak on a topic for a brief period. And in the evaluation section, all the speakers will be evaluated based on the project objectives and the use of the English language. I'm so glad I remember the structure still. How many of you remember the theme?
We remember word of the day. If you want, we are ready to say once.
I can stand up. I'm so glad you still remember the theme also. We have not put you into coma yet with all this confusion. There are many people who stood testimony to this theme of the day, just against the wind. I'm going to tell you the adversity which they faced and how they persisted, and you are going to tell me who these people are. The first person is a Hollywood actor. He is colorblind. He cannot differentiate between red and green. That did not stop him from taking a career in filmmaking, and he's made a lot of films which is relevant to today's meeting flow. Who's that? Christopher Nolan. Ethan George has got it right. The next Hollywood actor has a congenital paralysis of one half of his face. He cannot close his eyes tight. He cannot use his lower part of the face. Still, he is the most successful action hero and has won many awards. Sylvester Stallone. Coming to Hollywood now. This person has worked as a coolie, as a carpenter, and as a bus conductor. Yes.
Superstar.
Superstar Rajinikanth. And this Bollywood actor had his entire savings wiped out, no movies, no properties. He had lot of legal issues, and still he reinvented and overcame these. Amitabh Bachchan. We have this lady who had a troubled childhood, difficult marriage. She lived on government assistance as a single parent raising her child. And while sitting on the railway station, sorry?
He didn't like him. She didn't.
Okay. While sitting, I didn't complete the question. While sitting on the railway station in London, she came upon a magical idea which made her life magical. J.K. Rowling. And this laborer from Bihar lost his wife when she was walking on a mountain to reach the next village. And this grief-stricken husband turned his grief and cut through this mountain with just a hammer and chisel for 22 years to create a tunnel. Dashrath Manji, as Hemant said. These are the people who not only stood against the wind, but danced against the tornadoes. Knowing the history of these people will help us create history when the wind is against us. I wish I had a bicycle, so I'm coming against the wind. I thank Toastmaster Venkataseshan for this wonderful introduction. I'm sure he'll do a wonderful introduction.
I didn't even expect this call. Over to you, TMoD, Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh. Today's theme is the reverse theme, where we will be playing the entire event in reverse, from the closing session to the opening session. The theme of the day is against the wind. To speak about the theme of the day, we have a renowned anesthetist, right? Good, renowned anesthetist among Medleyans, and she's also a passionate, not only passionate, but consistent Toastmaster.
No, she will not stand up because she has not announced the word yet. You can say persistent.
Persistent Toastmaster and consistent Toastmaster who is ready to take any kind of roles, whatever you want, whenever you want, you can call her. She will take up any role which you offer her. So, welcome Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh. Class first standard E section. The art teacher, it's the message section. The art teacher asked the kids to draw any kind of drawing, whichever you want to draw and paint it. all the students, they started drawing and they started painting, and she asked them to stick it on a drawing board. So everybody stuck that. Arun, he went and stuck his drawing. It was a black dot, a big round of dot. Day 1 went. The second class, she asked the students to draw. Everybody drew their drawings and they stuck it. Arun again, he went back with black dot. Every time he does that. The teacher, she called him and told him, no, you should not do this. See all these kids, how they are drawing. He just stuck and he moved on. He always very sad, very polite. He doesn't speak in the group. The day went by. All the students, they said, hey, see how I am drawing. You also draw this straight line, sleeping line, standing. Whatever you want to do it, man. Whatever it is, let us start something. But every time he stuck the black dot. And one day, another kid, he got an idea, a spark. He got that idea. He went and draw one yellow color petal around it. And all other kids, they got curious. Everybody, they went and drew yellow color petals and they started drawing a branch of tree with leaves. In another matter of 10 minutes, it has become a beautiful sunflower. And Arun, the next day when he saw that picture, he was so happy. His entire personality got changed. Then he became very social. He started drawing the paintings, whatever he wanted to. It has changed him entirely when he was among those kids, among those people. So, fellow Toastmasters, it is the people whom you are with makes a big difference. How you see yourselves, how we see ourselves, and how we feel about ourselves. It is the people whom we select, whom we identify, which makes a big difference in what we are, where we are going to. So it is very important that you choose those people very carefully, and also we need to nourish that relationship. That is very important. Toastmasters International provides such platform where you get those kind of people, where you could nourish that relationship and also you get out of that relationship and you could grow yourselves. So that is the message for today. With that, I welcome the guests of the day to introduce themselves. Guest Indu, right? Sorry, please come.
Should I come in?
Yes.
Hello everyone, I think I came on a very wrong day. I was supposed to go into coma, not there. I've heard so much about Toastmasters, but this is the first time I'm attending, and all I did was looking, am I in the right place? It says 240, 55, and this guy is giving me a review, what is he doing? I'm like, and then I read the top, it was like topic, okay, they're doing something else. And why are they laughing for everything? What's happening? Did she crack a joke? Why? And first few minutes was like really confusing. And then I settled down, okay, and then I settled down, she called my own name. And then again, I again settled down. I think I drank water some 3 or 4 times, and yet I'm not settled yet, I'm like that. And yes, I am a dentist too. I'm a periodontist, and yeah.
Medley is famous for dentistry.
You know what? Wherever I go, I see a lot of dentists. Every dentist is trying to do something other than dentistry. I totally understand. I'm like, oh, she's so good in speaking. She's a dentist. So I'm okay with that. And you're a HOD now. I'm like, okay. Which college? Satyavama. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to get introduced, right? Okay. Getting back to it. So I am a dentist. I am a mother to a 11-year-old awesome boy. I'm a certified life coach. I work with women who are getting separated and divorced. So that's something that I wanted to get into. And past 1 year, I'm actually working for another medical billing company as a business development head. I quit dentistry a long time back. And so that's about me. I have written 2 books. My second book is currently getting published.
and I come from a family of doctors, and that's why I hate doctors. And so that's all. I wanted to improve my speech. I wanted to get on stages and spread my message. So I wanted to join Toastmasters.
Next, I would like to invite our guest. Good evening.
Thank you. So it's my second session as a guest. Like a few months back, I joined. As she said, like it was totally a shocker to me. As if I entered a new Kamal Haasan's movie. He tried a lot of things differently towards the climax. And after 2 years, we understand the full concept and the depth of the message that he was passing, right? So initially I was confused, and generally this Medley Toastmaster, last time when I was attending, it was in a different level. What happened to all our what happened to all our Toastmasters? And some one person was standing at times and what is that stand-up ovation that I am missing? Like no, it was definitely a surprise to me, and good to be here. I'm a project manager with the Cognizant. We do a lot of trainings, and we confuse our customers with a lot of tactics. So I want to learn more on this, on that. Not a great orator, as you can see now. I want to improve on that. Thanks for the opportunity. More frequently. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Thank you.
Guest Surya.
So when I first walked in here, I was really quite confused of what was happening. In first 2 sessions, everything was fine. Is everybody, am I in a dream or something is happening? You know, in one of those dreams somewhere, I fall out of the building and suddenly my mom wakes me up. It's those type of lucid dreams which have happened to me. I pinched me to make sure it was still happening or not. So it was quite an interesting experience here, and being at Toastmasters and having such an amazing opportunity to present myself on the table and bring a lot of things here, it definitely will help to improve my articulative abilities together. So this was a very nice opportunity for me to do this. So that's so.
Thank you. He has been persistent. Week 3 of his guest. So next, maybe he will be very soon. We have TM Pattabhiraman, right? Yes, sir. Can you please introduce yourself?
First guest.
Oh.
The first guest you're introducing.
Okay.
Recognize, not
Self-introduction. And he is also a runner in table topics contest in District 120 last year.
Thank you. This is my 6th visit. Ever since Medley was started at Gandhinagar Club. My full name is DTM Venkataseshan, but I am more known as DTM Pat in Toastmastering circle.
Today it will be tap.
But I deserve it. This is my 17th year of Toastmastering. I was born with the parent club called Chennai Toastmasters Club, and then when the split came, I moved up to Chennai Speakers Forum. Then 2010, I shifted to Madras Toastmasters Club, I think, which is 4th in the order. First is CTM, second is
DXC.
Towers.
DXC is the
DXC
first
is
one.
second. No, chronologically, DXC.
Coensis.
No, Coensis concurrently came as corporate club. Same Janaki Brother Patnaik.
Started CTM.
Then our Towers Club.
Tower Club.
Third is Medley. Fourth is Madras Toastmasters Club. I was also instrumental to be a founder member in Tamil Nadu Chennai Survendra Mantra. I think last. He was there as a TMoD. G, he was there. And I have completed. I'm on the verge of completing 3rd part. Probably tomorrow I am giving an important speech. This is called Ethical Leadership as an elective project lasting for 40 minutes with a panel discussion and a question and answer from the audience. Professionally speaking, I am a life skill trainer. So it's indeed my great pleasure to be in your midst again. In fact, some of the faces are not here. VNS was there, I saw him, and these two gentlemen I know very well for a long time. The topsy-turvy, the term that brought me here. I think Aviyar said once nicely, Mudalil mudivadu, mudivil mudaladu. So all our Toastmaster meeting, beginning and end, I think one different meeting is end to begin.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for this nice.
Next, I think, okay. So while I was sitting there, one of the participants, he told me, what is it? It's fine, man, it's okay. Toastmasters, it's fine. He said, no, I won't tell her because she intentionally put it. If I go and tell her, she will tell, no, I have intentionally kept that. Reverse. Okay, isn't it? Okay. I thought it was intentional. Okay, so that's how we all, even TM Guru had this, we noticed. That's how we all had this meeting entirely enjoyable. So before I complete my opening, presiding officer's opening speech, I would like to welcome the dignitaries, DTM Thomas Abraham, who was a past PR manager of District 120 and former president of Medley Toastmasters Club, DTM Guru Prasad, former area governor, and DTM Pattabi Raman, who is from Tamil Nadu, and we have our area director, Toastmaster Saravanan, and Evaluator. And I welcome all the Medley members and the guests who are present here for this wonderful meeting, which we will be having as a topsy-turvy. So, with that, I would also like to make 3 announcements. I wanted to keep this announcement to the last of the meeting intentionally because I wanted all the audience to be present, because usually when we start the meeting, maybe 2-3 guests may not be there, one member might be coming at that time. So we have another privilege, one more crown on Medley Toastmasters Club, where one of our senior members and very passionate Toastmaster who has completed his 2nd DTM, he has become DTM Square last week. So I would like to honor him by inviting him on stage and thank him for taking that position, and I would like to invite DTM Thomas Abraham, who has been awarded Distinguished Toastmaster for the 2nd time.
Honored to be honored like this at the beginning of the meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, distinguished for the benefit of new members and guests, Distinguished Toastmasters is a great journey within Toastmasters life, where they do multiple pathways of projects, different social projects, including those. They do a very rigor program, after which they are being awarded this Distinguished Toastmasters. Typically, it goes for 2 years or so.
Depends on the speed. Essentially.
You
just purely for information and hopefully inspiration, you need to do 1 term in Club XCOM, 1 term in the district. It can even be area director. You need to do 4 things. It's a combination. You could be a coach, you could be a mentor, you could do a speech grant, you could do a YLP. YLP is a Youth Development Program. And you need to do 2 parts. And the hidden gem, after you do 2 parts, then you need to do 1 more project, which I didn't know. I lost 3 months doing that. There's an additional project. So that's basically it. So I hope all of us will get into that. It's inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah. So with this, I declare meeting number 742.
You said 3 messages. You said only 1.
2.
Go ahead.
2.
Okay, I have 2 more messages. Next this is the closure part, but I would like to add here. Yeah. So next week we will be having our area director visit. Toastmaster Saravanan will be visiting our club as area director. So welcome, sir, for next week. It's an invitation to you. And the next one is the week next. We'll be having an education session for how to prepare for a humorous contest. We are planning to have our club humorous contest. With that, I would like to announce that as well in September. We will announce the date shortly, maybe in the coming week, but in September we are planning to have humorous contest, humorous speech contest, and also evaluation contest. So next week, coming week, the week next, sorry. The week next, Toastmaster DTM Guru Prasad, he will be conducting an education session on how to prepare for a humorous speech contest.
So the area director visit is part of moment of
No.
It's not MOD.
Yeah, it's not MOD. It's AD visit, which is the formal. So with this, with the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 742 open. Now I would like to invite Sergeant. Thank you, Sergeant Arms, Toastmasters right.
Master.
With these three basic ground rules, I hand over the session to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Venkataseshan. In order to conduct a successful meeting, we have three basic ground rules. Keep your mobile on silent mode. Don't exit the meeting abruptly. Don't speak topic related to sex, religion, and politics. Toastmaster.
Yeah. Mission.
Toastmaster provides a supporting and positive learning experience which helps the member to develop their communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Myself, Toastmaster Suhail, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Welcome to Medley Toastmasters Club. Welcome to Medley Toastmasters Club. Good afternoon.
So against the wind, due to this topsy-turvy.
We are back to normal life.
Yes, I meant to. So due to this topsy-turvy events, we missed out new member induction. So is it okay we can conduct now?
Okay. Everybody's back to. Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm still it's topsy-turvy. So to conduct the new member induction, I would like to invite Toastmaster Pravda, who is the Vice President membership of our club. Put your hands together to welcome.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. As a continuation of our President's message, I would like to start with the words of Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. New members not only bring excitement and enthusiasm to the club, but also increase our probability of learning. As a VP membership, I take the privilege to induct 7 of our new members today. I request the members to come to the front as I read their names. Toastmaster Kausalya, Toastmaster Kalyani, Toastmaster Sintana, Toastmaster Rekha, Toastmaster Tamilavai, Toastmaster Saji, and Toastmaster Priyadarshini. Membership in Medley Toastmasters Club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things that we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth and to help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. New members, please listen carefully as I read out the Toastmasters member promise. In the presence of members of Medley Toastmasters Club, I promise to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the program outlined in the Toastmasters manuals, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationship with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain benefits of Toastmasters. Will you promise to stand by these obligations?
Yes.
Thank you. I request all Medley Toastmasters to please raise your hands. As Medley Toastmasters, we pledge to support our new members in their quest for self-development, to provide them with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, and to make their Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Thank you, fellow members. Congratulations on behalf of all members and best wishes to grow as a team. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take one group photo with all our backs to the camera. So this is customary in Medley. Whenever we conduct reverse meeting, we go there, stand facing the wall, camera will be here, we take one group photo and post it in. Seriously, please come. All of you stand, like we can switch on the video.